Hey there, Fletcher from All Things Overlanding here, and today I wanted to talk about a new thing that I just picked up that is going to come in super handy as we approach fall now. So as the weather is starting to cool off a little bit, I've had some of these in the past, but they've kind of been of varying quality, and I've been really impressed with these as I've kind of been testing them over the last month or so. But that product that's going to really up my game for winter camping this year is the Ocoopa hand warmers. Now these things are obviously camouflage, the ones that I've got. You can get them in different colors and stuff. They're IP56 waterproof. They have a ton of cool features, a really good sized battery on them. So again, I'm going to walk you through all the features of this thing today in this video and kind of talk to you about why these make a ton of sense if you are into camping, overlanding, that sort of thing, especially if you like fall and winter camping like me. So again, I'm going to walk you through these Ocoopa hand warmers. I'm going to give you all the stats, specs, dimensions, everything on these things. So if you want to learn more about these things, stay tuned.
Where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, guys, so as I mentioned in the intro, today I'm talking about these Ocoopa hand warmers. And you may be asking yourself, like, what are these for? Why do you need these? When would you use them? So let's kind of start with use case, right? Again, like I mentioned, I've had a few of these before, and I love them because you can, they're relatively small size, so you could throw them in your pocket. You can put them in your sleeping bag when you're going to sleep at night. You can put them in your jacket. Like, there's just a million ways that you can use these things. So whether you're out like ice fishing, or if you're camping in the winter, or if you're just sitting around a fire and it's really chilly, these will help keep your hands warm when you got your hands stuffed in your pockets. Instead of just kind of shivering or having to wear gloves or be super uncomfortable, you can actually have little rechargeable battery powered hand warmers, which again, maybe you've heard of those, maybe you haven't, but if you have, well, I would also say that these are significantly higher quality than a lot of the ones that I had, and I'm going to show you why. So these ones specifically are called the UT4 Extreme. They are dustproof and they're waterproof. They're rated to IP56. Also, if you want to pick a pair of these up at the end of this video, there will be a link in the description as well, so check that out. But the thing that's great about that, right, is like when you're going to use this is going to be in the fall or the winter. So it could be raining in the fall. I get a lot of rain where I go in Michigan. Or in the winter, of course, like the last trip that I took in February of this year was to Michigan, and we were getting snow literally for 2 days straight. We got over 2 feet of snow in 2 days. And if I drop these things in the snow, I don't want to have to worry about them not working anymore, right? Like the whole point is that I have these things to keep me warm. And so if they get wet because it's snowing, that's kind of silly, right? If it's raining or snowing and these things get ruined, then it kind of defeats the purpose of having a really nice rechargeable, waterproof hand warmer. So another thing to point out about this is it does have a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, which is for these a pretty good sized battery. The majority of the ones that I've had before have been like a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So this is a really big battery for a hand warmer. On low mode, this thing will run for 18 hours straight without needing a charge. And if you run it on the highest mode, it'll run for about 4 to 5 hours. So you just kind of want to base it on how long you're going to be outside, whether you can recharge it or not, and how warm you need it to be, right? In the extreme winter temps that I go in, single digits, negative temps and things like that, it may feel pretty good to turn it all the way up. But if you're going to go to bed in 3 or 4 or 5 hours, then that works fine. But if you're going to be going to bed in 10 hours, then you may want to keep the setting down to a lower temp just so that it stays alive longer. So a couple of other features that are really nice about this thing is that because of the size of that 10,000 milliamp hour battery, you can use this for multiple functions. And one of those is you could actually use it as a power bank. So here on the side, there's actually sort of a waterproof cover. And when you open that up, you're going to see a USB-C and a USB-A plug. Now the USB-C is for recharging it, and then the USB-A is to be used as a power bank. So again, if you wanted to use this as a power bank and charge your phone or something like that, you could do that. So I love things that have more than one function to them, because then I'm not just taking a hand warmer, I'm taking a pair of hand warmers and a pair of power banks with me that I could use to charge up my phone or my watch or whatever in an emergency. It also does have a flashlight on the top of it here. On the side there is a little button that you use to turn that on and off. So basically there's on, then there's the flashing sort of like emergency mode, and then there's off. So really super easy to work. So now to turn the thing on, the actual heating element, and this thing is hot, I'm telling you, you hold this center button, and then these are basically, these 3 lights are your 3 modes. So if you just tap it, once you hold it for a few seconds, if you just tap it, then it will switch it. So now I'm down to 1 light, that's low mode, right? So that's gonna last the longest, up to 18 hours. Hit it again, that's the second mode, hit it a third time, that's like max mode, right? And again, I've done this multiple times now testing it, but it takes about 20 to 30 seconds, and this thing is scalding hot. Like, I mean, on the highest mode, when you turn it on to the highest mode, like, it's burning hot right now, and it feels great. Like, if it was winter and snow was dropping and stuff, and I put this in my coat pocket and turned that thing on, you have some instant relief, and it feels so good. The other thing that people don't think about is it's not really just about comfort, right? Like, this may seem like sort of a bougie sort of thing to pick up if you want to just be comfortable, and that is part of it, right? It is nice to be comfortable when you're in the winter. A lot of folks, friends of mine, are like, how do you go in like negative temps, right? Why do you go camping in negative temps? And to that I say, it's beautiful, it's quiet, there's no one else out there, so it's super peaceful. And with the right tools like this Ocoopa hand warmer, you can stay out there for a long period of time and be comfortable, right? But again, these aren't just about being comfortable. If you have tasks that you need to accomplish at camp, like putting your rooftop tent down or putting your awning away, or, you know, making a fire or something when you get to camp, you need a lot of dexterity in your hands. And when you take your hands out of gloves because you need that dexterity, you need that tactile feel of your hands, they start to get cold really fast, and it takes a long time to warm them up. But if you have one of these, you could be doing tasks and your hands get cold, and you can put them in your shirt pocket or your coat pocket, and you could have one of these in there, and within 20, 30 seconds, you can warm your hands back up, pull them back out of your pockets, and go back to that task at hand, right? So there's more to these than just comfort. There's more to these than just, you know, saying, hey, oh, my hands are cold and I want to make them warm. It's really about being able to accomplish more tasks, being able to do things that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do in cold temps, and these things allow you to do that, which is really, really cool. All right, so now let's touch a little bit on what comes with these, because of course you get the hand warmers themselves, which is cool. You also get a bag for each of them, so just these little sort of bags. Another thing that you could use this for is you can use this to store it, right? Just keep like dust off of it and things like that. Kind of keep it from scratching stuff or getting scratched in your gear. Let's say if I'm gonna keep mine in my drawer system in the back of my truck, and so to keep them from getting all scratched up, you can put them in this bag. Another thing is, though, it kind of helps diffuse that heat a little bit. And, you know, these are comfortable, they're nice, they're kind of like a rubbery sort of feel with a sort of a hard plastic front on them, but you could just keep these in the bag, and then that's a softer touch material, right? So like if you keep these in your pockets in the bag, you're still going to feel that heat through the bag. So you could use the bag as storage, or you could use the bag to sort of diffuse the heat a little bit, make it a little bit softer to the touch. So you do get a bag. You get 2 of these USB-C to USB-C charging cords, so you get 1 for each one, so that's kind of nice. And that also works with a number of other devices. So again, the fact that they're USB-C rechargeable for me is a big win, because most of my things charge off USB-C, so less stuff that I have to bring. And then you also get a lanyard for each one. So you get a couple of these, and you'll see here on the bottom there is a lanyard hole where you could attach that lanyard. So again, if you wanted to not lose them, you could have these things and sort of keep them on your hand, or you could, you know, throw them up and hang them somewhere in your rooftop tent, let's say, and then when you need them, you know where to find them. So you do get a lanyard with it as well, plus charging cord, plus the bag, plus the hand warmers themselves. All right, so that will do it for the Ocoopa hand warmers. I hope that that was helpful for you and gave you a ton of information on these. If you were looking for a good, solid, multifunctional, rechargeable hand warmer, these are a great option, and I've used quite a few of these. So, you know, I would say that these things are extremely well constructed compared to most, and with a bigger battery than most and a faster heating time. So I'm really, really impressed with these things. There will be a link, as I mentioned, in the description down below, so you can get one of these things. They do run specials quite often, so definitely make sure to click through that link and see if it's on sale. But they're still pretty reasonably priced anyway. So again, click through that link down below, check them out on Amazon, pick up a pair for yourself if you want, and I think you'll be impressed with these things. Plus it's Amazon, which is awesome, so you know, if you ever have any problems or anything, you're covered. So if the video was helpful for you, click that like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button, click the bell to be notified when new videos drop. I do a couple every week, usually a gear type video like this, and then some sort of like a podcast or a do-it-yourself modification video. So there's tons of content here for you, so make sure to click that subscribe button. Also below this video are links to all my other social channels, so wherever you want to come hang out, I'd love to have you. Then there is a join button below this video, which is just sort of a passive way to support the channel, but also gets you early access to everything, all the videos, all the podcasts, and some other perks, so check that out. And then if you want a more active way to be involved with the channel, there is a Patreon page link below as well. We have a 24/7 Discord where we all kind of chat. We do a once a month Zoom call, and we're taking on 1 or 2 trips every year too, so trying to meet up in person, which has been a ton of fun. Also below this video is a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers. So again, if you're looking for stuff like Don't Burn Your Wiener and It's a Hot Dog, or I Hate People So I Camp, there's tons of cool stuff like that, and ATO merch as well, so check that out. And then last but not least, there is a link to the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group, which is totally free to join, but has tons tons of awesome members, almost 20,000 at the time I'm recording this. So if you want a place where you're not going to get bullied and you can ask questions, or if you've been doing it for a while and you're tired of the negativity in the big groups, this may be a good group for you. So again, thanks so much for watching. Check out the Ocoopa hand warmers in the description down below, and we'll see you next time.